audience are so much better than that rabble we had in here last week. I'm the Reverend Robert Blue, as you can see there, and I'm going to talk about something which, to some people, is just a book of nice stories. To some people, believers, some Christians, it's a book which holds within it a moral code, a code which tells us right from wrong. But for some people, myself included, it holds a greater destiny than that. For within this book, I have seen hidden messages, messages which hold our own fate within them. And it is my aim tonight to get some of these messages across so that we can all see the power of the Bible. Thank you. It's a bit tight. I don't normally have the top button done up like this, but I'm in character. Now, I've searched high and low through the Bible over the last few days, and I've been searching for all sorts of hidden messages. I started by reading a little bit about history, and I read about the history of the Romans. Because the Romans were basically the first bit of English history that I knew about, and I'm going to talk about the Romans at the time of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was probably the most famous of all the Roman emperors, but he met an untimely death. If only he'd known what his fate was. For his fate was that he was stabbed in the back by one of his own people. He was betrayed. While searching the Bible, I found some messages. I found here, Caesar, stab. Can't see what that says. What's that say? Death. That says death. Back. Caesar stabbed in the back. He met his death. It's all there in the Bible. It's foretold in one of the books. But what I've done here is I took the Bible and I took away all the punctuation. I took away all the spaces, and I looked like a word search for messages hidden there within the pages of the Bible to secrets of what we now know as history, but what was then the future. Well, you might say, well, hang on a minute, this was written after the time of Julius Caesar. Surely God could have put those messages into the Bible, or whoever wrote the Bible could have put those messages into the Bible themselves. You know, there's nothing special about something that's done after it's happened. So I went to the next period of history which I know about, and that was the time of the Tudors. Now, Henry VIII is one of my favourite kings because, well, not my favourite kings at all, but one of the kings I like to study most. For he had a very interesting history, and I was at the Tower of London recently hearing about the way that he treated his second wife, Anne. Anyone know what he did to Anne? Just call out. He beheaded her. Now I thought, surely that can't be in the Bible. Surely there's nothing in the Bible about King Henry beheading his wife Anne. And I looked, and then I saw Henry, Anne, behead. It's all there in the pages of the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. It's all there. Henry beheaded his second wife, Anne. And I thought, this is getting a bit frightening now. I'm seeing messages in the Bible which foretell things in the future. But then I realised this is the King James version of the Bible. It's the version of the Bible most used, I think, which was written after the time of King Henry VIII. So this could have been encoded in there after it happened. So I looked for something which happened more recently than that. And the next period of history I looked at was something which could never have been known about at the time the Bible was written: the Second World War. The Second World War took place because of, well, a number of things. I'm not going to go into history, but it took place because of one man in Germany called Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler led the Nazi Party into a terrible war. I thought, surely the Bible can't have that sort of message within it. Adolf Hitler taking the Nazis into a terrible war. I searched the pages of the Bible, and I saw this. I saw here, war in pink across the top there. Adolf in green going backwards. Here we've got Nazi going backwards across there, and Hitler himself. All on the same page of the Bible. All there for us all to see. You can see it's the Bible, by the way, if you sort of read some of them. You can sort of read some of this. Camp of Dan shall be on the north side by the whatever that says. So you can sort of make out some phrases from the Bible occasionally. You see there that Adolf Hitler was known about in the Bible. If only the Germans had read about him in the 1930s, it would have saved millions and millions of lives. But I thought, Well, we need more than this. We need more evidence that the Bible is telling us things. We need more evidence of things that have happened in history which the Bible, when it was written, could have had no idea about what the future held, unless there was something more deep involved. And I looked for something that happened in America. In America in the 1960s was a very famous president. JFK was his sort of short name. John F. Kennedy was his name, but they shortened it to JFK. Anyone know what happened to him? Go on, yes? He was shot in his car. Do you know which city? Anyone know which city this happened? Go on, call out. Dallas, very good. Shot in a car in Dallas, JFK. What if that was in the Bible? Did I tell you to say any of this? What if that was in the Bible? JFK shot in a car in Dallas. Surely the Bible couldn't possibly have known about this. Well, I searched the Bible, and I didn't have to search very far to find this. To find this. To find this. Shot. JFK. Car. Dallas. It's all there. All those very words which you just said to me just then. All those very words. All in the Bible. All on the same page. All the same distance. No tricks here. Same distance apart, these letters. All encoded in the pages of the Bible. And I thought, this is getting a little bit scary now. I've never been a religious man. As you see, I am now. But I've never been a religious man. I've never thought that there was anything beyond being some nice stories and some nice tales of how we might live our life in the Bible. But now I'm seeing there's more to it than that. I'm seeing that Kennedy himself, his death was foretold in the Bible. When I first moved to London, I remember the first night when I moved to London, I woke up in the morning and all the newspapers were black. When the front page was black, there was no colour on the front page. And I thought, this is odd. And I turned the television on, and all that was on was like rolling news about one thing that had happened. For it was the death of the Princess of Wales. I remember that very vividly because it was the first night I moved to London. Surely that can't be in the Bible. How could they possibly know when they wrote the Bible that Princess Diana, she was sometimes called Lady Diana before she became a princess, would die in a car crash in, anyone know where it happened? Yep, to call out?
Paris.
In Paris, good. Let's see if any of that is contained within the Bible, I thought. And I searched, and I searched, and I thought, this can't be in the Bible, surely. Surely, all those other things, that can be coincidence, but this has some personal meaning to me. It's when I first moved to London. If that's in the Bible, I'm going to start to get a little bit afraid of what else I might find. I found this. Now, I found here, Diana in green going up there. Here, Lady in blue. In red, we've got Crash, we've got Paris, and we've got Princess. All on the same page of the Bible. It's all there in the King James Bible. By now, I'm getting worried. By now, I'm sort of starting to think, maybe there's something in this. Maybe the Bible is full of messages that I've not yet seen. Messages about things which I already know have happened. I thought, what major thing in your lifetime has happened? What in history will they look back at as being the major thing in your lifetime? And I thought, well, the life changer, the thing that changes history in the last few years has been to do with America's war on terror. It's changed the way that we go into aeroplanes. It's changed the language of the news. It's changed things. And I thought, surely Saddam can't be in there. Surely Osama bin Laden can't be in there. Surely the fact that Saddam met his death in a rather unfortunate manner. Anyone know how Saddam was killed? Don't pull out him. He was hanged, yes. But they say hanged for people. It sounds a bit odd. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? But hanged is the correct term for what they do to people, what they used to do to people in some countries still. And I thought, surely not. Surely not. And I searched the Bible, and I looked, and I didn't have to look far before I found this. In red, we've got, what have we got in red? Hanged in red, hanged. Well, so what? So what? Here we've got, what have we got here? Saddam in blue, going backwards here. In green, we've got Osama. It's all there. It was all foretold in the Bible. But I knew all of this already. And so, I'm a bit nervous about all of this. But I knew all of this history before. None of this was new to me. So I searched to see if I could find some predictions for the future. And let's see what I came up with. Oh, actually, that's not a prediction for the future. I forgot the script. Osama bin Laden. Not Osama bin Laden. Nearly Osama. Barack Obama was elected the first black leader of the United States. He's actually re-elected recently, as we know. Let's see if any of that was in the Bible. USA, USA, they always say it twice, that chant, don't they, the Americans? So we've got USA, USA. We've got here, what have we got here? We've got elect backwards here. We've got here, what does that say? Leader, black leader, Obama. It's all in the Bible. Right, now I'm where I should have been. Now, all of that has already happened. And I'd like to know, well, I'd like some predictions. I'd like to know what the Bible is predicting about our future so that we can do something about it before it happens. And I looked and I saw this. End. Earth. Muxi. End Earth Muxi. The end for the Earth is... Roman numerals. In Roman numerals, this Muxi is 2012. The end of the world is in the Bible. 2012. Yes. I can hardly get these words out now because I'm starting to think, well, how? End of the world 2012. Well, we're in November now. We're almost at the end of 2012, so should I be worried? Well, I've seen posters around this place not give an exact date. I can't be as exact on here. We've just got 2012. But how is the world going to end if it is? What does the Bible have to say about that? I looked, and we saw this. Destroy. Comet. GHS. Kramer. It's all there. Mr. Kramer in a comet attack on GHS. It's all here. Destroyed in the Bible. I'm starting now to get really, really worried. The Bible's predicted all these things, they've come true. The one last prediction, a comet to hit Greenford High School when Mr. Kramer became head. He's been head for a few years now, so we've been lucky so far. I think our luck might be about to run out on us. One last thing I saw in the in the Bible, I found this message. The Reverend Bobby Blue somewhere, Blue says goodbye. So the Reverend Bobby Blue, that's me. I say to you all goodbye, and I'm going to hand over to someone who's been described as my psychiatrist, but I think is much more than that. This is Dr. not Miss, Dr. Shaheen.
Thank you, audience. I'm going to try to convince you, by the way, that is there a code in the Bible or not? I'll leave